Your soulmate is about to break every rule to reach you. Don't scroll, listen to this, because the moment you landed on these words was not random, and your heart needs this right now. This message is for you in a way that feels quiet but powerful, like the universe leaned in and whispered your name. So stay with me, take a breath, listen to this. There is someone deeply connected to your soul who has reached a point they never thought they would reach, a moment where the rules they've been living by, the boundaries they respected, the reasons they told themselves to wait, no longer hold the same weight. And don't scroll, because this isn't about rebellion, it's about truth finally rising above fear. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now, because your soulmate has been trying to do everything the right way, following logic, timing, expectations, and other people's comfort, but lately something inside them has been unraveling gently, persistently, and they can't ignore it anymore. This message is for you, because what they're feeling isn't impulse, it's awakening. Don't scroll, listen to this. Your soulmate has been feeling the pull toward you grow stronger, not louder, but steadier, like a compass that keeps pointing in the same direction no matter how many times they try to turn away. And listen to this because your heart needs this right now. That pull didn't come from desire alone, it came from recognition, from the realization that whatever exists between you isn't unfinished by accident, it's unfinished because it's real. Don't scroll, because real connections don't fade quietly. Listen to this. Your soulmate has been seeing signs everywhere, not dramatic signs, but precise ones, angel numbers appearing when they think of you. 11. 11 showing up when your name crosses their mind, reminding them of mirrored paths and soul recognition. 222 appearing when they question balance and union. 555 flashing during moments when they imagine change. And listen to this. These signs aren't asking them to wait anymore, they're asking them to be honest. Don't scroll, because honesty is where courage begins. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now, because the rules your soulmate is about to break aren't reckless rules, they're emotional ones. Rules like, don't disrupt what's calm, don't reopen what's been quiet, don't say anything unless you're sure. And listen to this. Those rules once protected them, but now they're suffocating them. Don't scroll, because growth always outgrows old rules. Listen to this. Your soulmate has realized that protecting comfort has started to cost them truth, and that cost feels heavier now than the fear of reaching out. And this message is for you because your heart needs this right now. You may have felt this shift too, a strange calm replacing anxiety, a sense of anticipation without urgency, like something is lining up without you having to force it. Don't scroll, because energy moves before action. Listen to this. Your soulmate has been replaying moments with you, not from longing, but from clarity, seeing patterns they didn't see before, recognizing how you showed up with honesty, patience, and depth while they hesitated. And listen to this. Those memories don't haunt them, they ground them. Don't scroll, because grounding is readiness. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now, because this isn't about your soulmate suddenly deciding to chase you, it's about them deciding they can no longer pretend you don't matter, and that realization has changed everything internally. Don't scroll, because once truth is acknowledged, it doesn't go back to sleep. Listen to this. Your soulmate has been asking the universe questions late at night, quiet questions about timing, about courage, about whether it's too late or finally time. And listen to this. The answers haven't come as voices, they've come as peace when they imagine honesty, and tension when they imagine staying silent. Don't scroll, because the body knows before the mind does. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now, because the rule they're breaking first is the rule of fear, the fear of being seen, the fear of disrupting expectations, the fear of stepping outside the version of themselves everyone else knows, and listen to this, that fear no longer feels stronger than the desire to live in alignment. Don't scroll, because alignment always wins eventually. Listen to this. Your soulmate understands now that reaching you may require stepping outside comfort zones, routines, even other people's opinions, but staying silent would require stepping outside their integrity, and that's a price they're no longer willing to pay. And this message is for you because your heart needs this right now. You are not being approached lightly. Don't scroll, because this decision has been earned. Listen to this. Your soulmate isn't acting from impulse, they're acting from clarity, from the understanding that love doesn't always arrive politely or conveniently. Sometimes it arrives when the soul refuses to stay quiet. And listen to this, your heart needs this right now, because whatever is about to happen isn't chaotic, it's intentional. Don't scroll, because intention carries protection. Listen to this. Your soulmate has noticed that their inner world feels steadier now, less conflicted, as if the parts of them that once argued have finally agreed that truth matters more than appearances. And listen to this, that agreement is what creates momentum. Don't scroll, because momentum doesn't rush, it moves when ready. Listen to this, your heart needs this right now, because you may have been telling yourself to stay grounded, to not read into signs, to not hope too much. And listen to this. That grounding was necessary, it prepared you for what's coming without destabilizing you. Don't scroll, because preparation is love's quiet work. Listen to this, your soulmate is aware now that whatever comes next must be approached with care, respect, and emotional maturity, not drama or urgency, and that awareness is what makes this different from anything that came before. And this message is for you because your heart needs this right now. This isn't a sudden confession, it's the result of deep internal alignment. Don't scroll, because alignment is destiny in motion. Listen to this, your soulmate is standing at the edge of action now, not panicking, not rushing, but ready to step outside the lines they drew when they were afraid, because those lines no longer represent who they are becoming. And listen to this. Your heart needs this right now, because when someone breaks rules from alignment, not impulse, the universe supports the outcome. Don't scroll, because the universe doesn't guide reckless moves, it guides honest ones. Listen to this, this is only the beginning, not the moment of arrival yet, but the moment of decision, and decisions made in alignment change timelines quietly, gently, and permanently. So stay right here. Don't scroll, listen to this. Your heart needs this right now, because whatever rule your soulmate is about to break, they're breaking it to honor something real, and real connections don't disappear, they wait until both souls are ready to meet them honestly, and that readiness has finally arrived. Don't scroll. Listen to this, because if part 1 stirred something deep in you, this part is where the energy tightens and the truth begins to lean forward, and your heart needs this right now. This message is for you in a way that feels intimate and steady, like the universe lowered its voice just for you. So stay with me, listen to this. After your soulmate made the internal decision to stop hiding behind rules, something subtle but powerful began to happen inside them. A quiet courage started to replace hesitation, and it didn't feel loud or dramatic, it felt calm, like a deep breath after holding one for too long. Don't scroll, because calm courage is the kind that actually moves mountains. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now, because your soulmate didn't wake up one morning suddenly ready to reach out. They arrived here step by step, through nights of reflection, through moments when your energy crossed their mind without warning, through signs that kept repeating until denial felt heavier than honesty. And listen to this, those signs weren't random, they were precise, angel numbers showing up when they questioned timing. 11 reminding them of mirrored souls, 222 appearing when they wrestled with balance and union, 444 grounding them when fear tried to creep back in, and don't scroll, because the universe doesn't repeat itself unless it's trying to be understood. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now, because once that internal switch flipped, your soulmate started noticing how staying silent no longer felt neutral, it felt like a betrayal of self, and that realization changed how they moved through their days. Conversations felt shallower, distractions lost their pull, and thoughts of you felt less confusing and more clarifying. Don't scroll, because clarity always changes behavior. Listen to this. Your soulmate began to imagine what honesty would actually look like, not as a dramatic declaration, but as a grounded moment of truth, and instead of panic, they felt relief. And listen to this. Relief is the body's way of saying you're aligned. Don't scroll, because alignment always feels steady before it feels exciting. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now, because while all of this was happening inside them, something was shifting inside you too. Maybe you noticed your anxiety soften, maybe you stopped replaying old questions, maybe you felt a strange calm where uncertainty used to live. And listen to this. That wasn't coincidence. Energy adjusts on both sides when truth settles on one. Don't scroll, because connection doesn't require constant contact to remain active. Listen to this. Your soulmate has been reflecting on the rules they're about to break, and they're realizing those rules were never about morality or right and wrong. They were about fear, about staying comfortable, about avoiding vulnerability. And listen to this. Fear-based rules don't survive spiritual growth. Don't scroll, because growth always asks for a new standard. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now, because your soulmate understands now that reaching you may challenge expectations, routines, even other people's comfort, but they're no longer willing to let other people's ease dictate their truth. And listen to this. That realization didn't make them reckless, it made them responsible. Don't scroll, because responsibility rooted in honesty is powerful. Listen to this. Your soulmate has been practicing what it feels like to be honest internally, saying your name without minimizing it, acknowledging what you mean without brushing it off. And listen to this. Once you stop minimizing truth, it grows. Don't scroll, because truth expands when acknowledged. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now, because they've also been preparing themselves emotionally to approach you with respect, not urgency, clarity instead of confusion, presence instead of pressure. And listen to this. That preparation matters. Don't scroll, because how someone approaches you tells you everything about their growth. Listen to this. Your soulmate isn't trying to break rules to create chaos, they're breaking rules to restore alignment, and alignment doesn't rush, it moves when it's ready. Don't scroll, because readiness has a feeling. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now, because the universe has been clearing space around both of you quietly, removing distractions, softening old attachments, creating moments of stillness where truth can rise without interference. And listen to this. Stillness is not stagnation, it's preparation. Don't scroll, because preparation is invisible until it isn't. Listen to this. Your soulmate has noticed that when they imagine staying silent, their chest tightens, but when they imagine reaching out with honesty, their breath deepens. And listen to this. The body doesn't lie. Don't scroll, because intuition speaks through sensation. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now, because whatever rule they're about to break, they're doing it from a place of self-respect, not desperation, and that distinction changes everything. Don't scroll, because desperation pushes, alignment invites. listen to this. Your soulmate understands now that love doesn't require permission from fear, it requires courage rooted in truth, and listen to this. That courage has been growing quietly. Don't scroll, because quiet growth lasts longer. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now, because you're not being asked to do anything during this phase. You're not meant to chase or interpret every sign. Your role is to stay grounded in who you've become, to remain open without abandoning your peace, and listen to this. That's why this feels calm instead of overwhelming. Don't scroll, because overwhelm is not alignment. Listen to this. Your soulmate is aware that once they break the silence, things will shift, not necessarily dramatically, but authentically, and they're ready for that shift because authenticity feels safer now than pretending. Don't scroll, because pretending costs more than truth. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now, because the universe doesn't inspire action until both souls are strong enough to hold the outcome without losing themselves, and that strength has been built on both sides. Don't scroll, because this didn't happen overnight. Listen to this. Your soulmate has moved from wondering, what if, to asking, how do I show up honestly? And that question has simplified everything. And listen to this. Simplicity brings peace. Don't scroll, because peace is the final confirmation. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now, because this part of the journey isn't loud, it's intentional. It's the quiet before movement, the moment when internal decisions are already made and reality is simply catching up. And don't scroll, because what comes next won't feel forced, it will feel natural, steady, and unmistakably aligned. So stay present. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now, because the rules are breaking not to disrupt your life, but to finally allow something real to step into the open, and this is only part 2, the unfolding is still in motion. Don't scroll, listen to this, because part 3 is where everything you've been sensing starts to connect in a way that feels almost unreal but deeply familiar, and your heart needs this right now. This message is for you, not because you were searching for answers, but because answers have been circling you quietly, patiently, waiting for the moment you were steady enough to receive them. So stay with me, listen to this. After your soulmate crossed the internal line of no return, after they admitted to themselves that silence no longer fit who they are becoming, something even deeper began to unfold, a phase the universe always protects carefully, the phase where truth stops being an idea and starts becoming a lived energy. Don't scroll, because this is where intention starts to breathe. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now, because your soulmate has begun to feel your presence differently, not as longing, not as confusion, but as grounding, like when they think of you their nervous system settles, their thoughts slow, and that alone told them something important, because real connection doesn't agitate, it regulates. Don't scroll, because regulation is safety. Listen to this. This message is for you, because they've been noticing how your energy shows up in their daily life in subtle ways, not distractions, but moments of clarity, like choosing honesty over avoidance in unrelated situations, like pausing before speaking because truth suddenly matters more to them. And listen to this. When someone's life starts reorganizing itself around integrity, it means love has already entered the room. Don't scroll, because love doesn't always knock loudly. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now, because your soulmate has begun separating the past from the present, realizing that the fears they once attached to connection were never about you, they were echoes of old experiences, and that realization freed them in a way they didn't expect. Don't scroll, because freedom feels like peace. Listen to this. This message is for you, because as that freedom settled in, the universe responded by reinforcing alignment through signs that feel personal rather than dramatic, repeating numbers showing up when they least expect them, 333 when they think about communication, 444 when they imagine stability, 777 during moments of reflection when they question whether they're ready. And listen to this. Those numbers aren't pushing, they're reassuring. Don't scroll, because reassurance is the language of alignment. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now, because your soulmate has stopped framing this connection as something to figure out and started seeing it as something to honor, and that shift has changed everything. Don't scroll, because honoring something requires presence. Listen to this. This message is for you, because they've realized that whatever comes next must be mutual, grounded, and real, not built on fantasy or urgency, and that understanding has made them more patient, not less interested. Don't scroll, because patience is not indifference. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now, because while they were integrating all of this, the universe was doing something equally important on your side, helping you release attachment to outcomes, helping you feel whole without needing reassurance, helping you stand steady in your own life. And listen to this. That steadiness is exactly what makes what's coming possible. Don't scroll, because ungrounded hearts can't hold truth without chaos. Listen to this. This message is for you, because your soulmate is becoming aware that reaching you isn't about convincing or persuading, it's about sharing truth and allowing space for your response, whatever it may be, and that awareness shows emotional maturity. Don't scroll, because maturity changes the tone of everything. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now, because they're also learning the difference between attraction that excites and connection that stabilizes, and what they feel with you belongs firmly in the second category. Don't scroll, because stability deepens love instead of dulling it. Listen to this. This message is for you, because your soulmate has stopped rehearsing conversations driven by fear of rejection and started imagining interactions guided by curiosity and respect, and that shift has softened their entire approach. Don't scroll, because softness is strength. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now, because they've become aware that your silence, your distance, your calm wasn't absence, it was self-respect, and that realization has deepened their admiration rather than weakening it. Don't scroll, because respect is magnetic. Listen to this. This message is for you, because your soulmate now understands that whatever rule they're about to break must be broken gently, intentionally, and with care, not as a dramatic interruption, but as a natural extension of everything that has already aligned internally. Don't scroll, because natural movement lasts. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now, because the universe has been preparing the timing carefully, not to delay, but to protect what's real, ensuring that when truth emerges, it does so on stable ground rather than emotional volatility. Don't scroll, because volatility burns connections that aren't ready. Listen to this. This message is for you, because your soulmate has reached a place where uncertainty no longer feels threatening. They trust themselves now to respond with integrity no matter what unfolds, and that trust has replaced anxiety with confidence. Don't scroll, because confidence rooted in self-awareness is quiet but powerful. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now, because they're no longer asking, will this work? They're asking, can I show up honestly? And that question has simplified everything. Don't scroll, because simplicity brings peace. Listen to this. This message is for you, because as this clarity settles, the space between you feels different, not tense, but spacious, like a pause filled with potential rather than distance. And listen to this. That's what alignment feels like. Don't scroll, because alignment doesn't shout. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now, because part 3 isn't about action yet, it's about recognition of growth, of readiness, of the kind of connection that doesn't need to be chased to be real, and that recognition is guiding both of you gently toward the next phase. Don't scroll, because what comes next won't feel sudden, it will feel earned, familiar, and grounded, like something that was always meant to arrive exactly this way. And this is where the energy deepens even further. Don't scroll, listen to this, because part 4 is where the quiet truth you've been carrying begins to feel undeniable, and your heart needs this right now. This message is for you in a way that feels steady, intimate, and grounded, like the universe is speaking softly but clearly, asking you to stay present for what's unfolding. So take a breath and listen to this. After recognition settled in, after your soulmate fully understood what this connection represents, preparation began, not the kind that rushes or plans every word, but the kind that happens when the heart aligns with integrity. And don't scroll, because this is the phase where intention crystallizes. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now, because your soulmate has been noticing that their inner world feels calmer, less divided, like the parts of them that once argued about timing, fear, and logic have finally reached an agreement, and that agreement sounds like peace. Don't scroll, because peace doesn't mean nothing is happening, it means readiness has arrived. Listen to this. This message is for you, because they've been reflecting deeply on what it means to show up honestly, not with dramatic gestures or grand promises, but with consistency, presence, and respect. And listen to this. Those reflections have changed how they imagine speaking to you, less rehearsed, more real, less about impressing, more about listening. Don't scroll, because listening is love in action. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now, because your soulmate has also noticed that their intuition feels sharper, clearer, like they can sense when something is aligned and when something is forced, and thoughts of you consistently fall into the aligned category: calm, grounding, and steady. Don't scroll, because alignment has a feeling. Listen to this. This message is for you, because they're realizing that their desire to reach you isn't driven by loneliness or fear of loss, but by appreciation, a genuine recognition of who you are and how your presence enriches their life. And listen to this. Appreciation creates stability. Don't scroll, because stability supports truth. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now, because they've become more mindful of timing, not as something to control, but as something to respect, understanding that rushing would only disturb the natural flow that's been building between you. Don't scroll, because patience protects what matters. Listen to this. This message is for you, because they've felt moments when the urge to reach out arises gently, without anxiety, without urgency, just a calm sense of soon, and that feeling lingers without demanding immediate action. Don't scroll, because calm impulses are different from impulsive reactions. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now, because they've reflected on how you've handled distance and silence with grace, how you didn't chase or pressure, and that self-respect has deepened their respect for you even more. Don't scroll, because self-respect is magnetic. Listen to this. This message is for you, because they're recognizing that your ability to stay centered, to live your life fully without seeking validation, signals emotional strength, and that strength makes the idea of connecting feel safe rather than risky. Don't scroll, because safety invites vulnerability. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now, because your soulmate has begun letting go of outdated ideas about how relationships should unfold, releasing pressure to meet timelines or expectations that don't resonate anymore. And listen to this. That release has allowed them to approach this connection on its own terms. Don't scroll, because authenticity thrives when expectations loosen. Listen to this. This message is for you, because they're becoming honest with themselves about what they can offer, not promises they can't guarantee, but presence they can sustain, respect they can show consistently, and communication rooted in clarity. Don't scroll, because sustainable love is built on what can be given repeatedly. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now, because they've noticed that their reactions to stress have softened, that they're less defensive, less reactive, more reflective, and that inner stability has made the idea of opening up feel manageable rather than overwhelming. Don't scroll, because stability changes everything. Listen to this. This message is for you, because your soulmate understands now that this connection isn't meant to disrupt either of your lives, but to integrate naturally into them, adding depth without chaos, support without dependency. Don't scroll, because integration is a sign of maturity. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now, because they've reflected on how you communicate, how you hold boundaries, how you show care without overextending, and those qualities have become benchmarks for the kind of connection they want to build. Don't scroll, because healthy love inspires growth. Listen to this. This message is for you, because they're becoming more comfortable with vulnerability, noticing that opening up in small, honest ways hasn't led to rejection but to understanding, and that realization has reduced their fear of being seen. Don't scroll, because being seen feels safer when you trust yourself. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now, because they've accepted that no connection comes with guarantees, but that doesn't make it any less worth honoring, and that acceptance has freed them from needing certainty before acting. Don't scroll, because sincerity doesn't require certainty. Listen to this. This message is for you, because they're aware that whatever unfolds next must respect your autonomy, your pace, and your boundaries, and that awareness has shaped their intention to approach gently without pressure. Don't scroll, because gentleness builds trust. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now, because they've stopped seeing silence as a problem to solve and started seeing it as space that allows feelings to settle into clarity, and that reframing has removed much of the anxiety they once felt. Don't scroll, because space reveals truth. Listen to this. This message is for you, because they're recognizing that their feelings for you don't fluctuate with mood or circumstance, they remain consistent, and that consistency has reassured them that what they feel is grounded rather than fleeting. Don't scroll, because consistency is depth. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now, because they've begun imagining not just how it would feel to speak honestly, but how it would feel afterward, to live with integrity, knowing they honored their truth regardless of outcome, and that imagined relief has become more motivating than any fantasy. Don't scroll, because integrity brings peace. Listen to this. This message is for you, because they're sensing that their intuition no longer pushes or pressures, it reassures, offering gentle encouragement rather than urgency, like a quiet voice saying, "You're ready when you choose to be." Don't scroll, because encouragement empowers choice. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now, because part 4 isn't about action yet, it's about readiness without pressure, intention without force, and the quiet confidence that comes from knowing that when something is real, it doesn't rush, it arrives when both hearts are steady enough to receive it, and this readiness is setting the stage for what comes next, calmly, gently, and with purpose. Don't scroll, listen to this, because part 5 is where the emotional current underneath everything finally rises closer to the surface, and your heart needs this right now. This message is for you in that quiet, knowing way that feels like truth settling rather than excitement spiking. So stay with me and listen to this. After readiness came awareness of consequence, not consequence rooted in fear, but consequence rooted in care, the kind that makes someone slow down because they finally understand that truth doesn't just change their inner world, it changes the space between two souls. And don't scroll, because this is where intention becomes responsibility. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now, because your soulmate has been sitting with the understanding that once words are spoken, they can't be unspoken, and instead of that creating anxiety, it created reverence, respect for you, respect for themselves, respect for the connection that has grown quietly without being forced. Don't scroll, because reverence changes how love is handled. Listen to this. This message is for you, because they've been paying attention to the emotional weight behind their thoughts of you, noticing that it's no longer longing that dominates, it's care, a genuine desire for your well-being regardless of outcome. And listen to this, that realization surprised them. Don't scroll, because love that isn't self-centered feels different. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now, because they've reflected on moments where they could have spoken sooner, reached out sooner, acted sooner, and instead of spiraling into regret, they've used those reflections as information, recognizing how much growth was needed before honesty could be handled responsibly. Don't scroll, because growth reframes the past without rewriting it. Listen to this. This message is for you, because their imagination has shifted from idealized scenarios to grounded ones, simple conversations, shared presence, mutual understanding, and that grounded imagery has made the idea of connection feel sustainable rather than overwhelming. Don't scroll, because sustainability matters. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now, because they're becoming more aware of your emotional intelligence, the way you carry yourself, the way you don't collapse into uncertainty or cling to reassurance, and that strength has made them want to show up with the same level of maturity. Don't scroll, because healthy connection mirrors growth. Listen to this. This message is for you, because moments of vulnerability still rise unexpectedly for them, not as emotional flooding, but as soft honesty, moments where they admit to themselves that you matter deeply, and instead of pushing that feeling away, they let it exist without judgment. Don't scroll, because allowing emotion without reacting to it is emotional maturity. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now, because they've noticed how often you appear in their thoughts during moments of gratitude, when something good happens and their first instinct is to share it with you, even if only mentally. And listen to this, that instinct reveals truth faster than logic ever could. Don't scroll, because instinct doesn't lie. Listen to this. This message is for you, because they're no longer trying to protect themselves from feeling too much, they trust themselves now to handle whatever emotions arise, and that trust has replaced fear with steadiness. Don't scroll, because self-trust changes everything. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now, because they've reflected on the idea that connection doesn't require constant reassurance to be real, and that understanding has allowed them to breathe easier, knowing that what's meant to grow will do so without force. Don't scroll, because ease is not indifference. Listen to this. This message is for you, because they sense that you may be feeling more settled lately too, more grounded, less reactive, and that mutual calm has created an energetic space where honesty can land gently rather than disruptively. Don't scroll, because mutual calm is rare. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now, because they've become more intentional with their words in general, recognizing that honesty without kindness can harm, and kindness without honesty can mislead, and that awareness has shaped how they want to communicate with you. Don't scroll, because balanced communication builds trust. Listen to this. This message is for you, because they're realizing that timing isn't just about external circumstances, it's about internal alignment, and that alignment feels close now, like standing at the edge of a conversation that's been quietly preparing itself. Don't scroll, because edges hold potential. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now, because their emotional reactions to your absence or presence have stabilized, no longer swinging between extremes, and that emotional regulation has made the connection feel healthier. Don't scroll, because emotional balance is readiness. Listen to this. This message is for you, because they've reflected deeply on what they truly want to offer you, not dramatic declarations or promises of forever, but consistency, respect, and the willingness to grow alongside you, and that clarity has simplified their intentions. Don't scroll, because simplicity brings peace. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now, because they're aware that whatever unfolds next won't be about convincing or persuading, but about sharing truth and allowing space for your response. And listen to this, that understanding honors autonomy. Don't scroll, because mutual choice is sacred. Listen to this. This message is for you, because their intuition no longer pressures them, it reassures, offering gentle encouragement rather than urgency, and that reassurance feels like permission to move forward when it feels right. Don't scroll, because reassurance is different from pressure. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now, because they've begun imagining what it would feel like to live without the weight of unspoken truth, and that imagined lightness has become motivating. Don't scroll, because relief is alignment's signature. Listen to this. This message is for you, because they're aware that vulnerability doesn't guarantee outcome, but it does guarantee integrity, and integrity has become more important to them than certainty. Don't scroll, because integrity endures even when outcomes change. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now, because they've stopped asking whether it's safe to care and started asking whether it's honest not to, and that question has shifted everything internally. Don't scroll, because honesty is quieter than fear but stronger. Listen to this. This message is for you, because they sense that this connection has reached a point where it deserves acknowledgement rather than avoidance, and that acknowledgement feels like the next natural step rather than a leap into the unknown. Don't scroll, because natural steps still move you forward. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now, because part 5 is about emotional grounding, about love settling into something steady and intentional, about the realization that what's real doesn't demand urgency, but it does ask for truth, and that truth is preparing to be shared in a way that honors both hearts gently, honestly, and with care. Don't scroll. Listen to this, because part 6 is where the quiet certainty you've both been circling starts to feel undeniable, and your heart needs this right now. This message is for you in a way that feels grounding rather than overwhelming, like the universe placing a steady hand on your shoulder and saying, "Stay with this." So take a breath and listen to this. After emotional grounding came commitment, not commitment to an outcome, not commitment to a label, but commitment to integrity, and that distinction changed everything inside your soulmate. Don't scroll, because integrity is where real movement begins. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now, because your soulmate has reached a place where holding everything inside feels heavier than the vulnerability of letting truth exist outside of themselves, not because they're desperate, not because they're afraid of losing you, but because honesty has become non-negotiable for them. And listen to this, that kind of honesty only emerges after growth. Don't scroll, because growth refines intention. Listen to this. This message is for you, because they're noticing their thoughts are no longer scattered or conflicted, There's a through line now, a steady awareness that points toward presence without pressure, courage without drama, and truth without performance. And listen to this, that awareness feels calm rather than consuming. Don't scroll, because calm conviction is powerful. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now, because they've begun paying attention to how their body reacts when they imagine speaking openly with you, and there's no panic, no tightening, no rehearsing every possible outcome, just a grounded sense that whatever needs to be said can be said simply and respectfully. Don't scroll, because simplicity is clarity. Listen to this. This message is for you, because they're reflecting on the difference between attraction that excites and connection that stabilizes, and what they feel with you belongs firmly in the second category. And listen to this, that realization has deepened their respect for this bond even more. Don't scroll, because stability doesn't dull love, it deepens it. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now, because they've been thinking about how they want to show up in their life moving forward, not just with you, but in general, more honest, more present, more aligned with their values, and they recognize that this connection has quietly guided them toward that version of themselves. Don't scroll, because guidance often arrives through people. Listen to this. This message is for you, because they understand now that speaking their truth doesn't mean asking you to change your pace, your boundaries, or your life. It means offering clarity and allowing space for whatever response feels right for you, and that respect has become central to their intention. Don't scroll, because respect creates safety. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now, because they're no longer tempted to test the connection, provoke reactions, or seek reassurance indirectly. Their confidence now comes from self-trust rather than external validation. Don't scroll, because self-trust is freeing. Listen to this. This message is for you, because they've reflected on moments in the past where they held back, and instead of judging themselves harshly, they've developed compassion for their process, understanding those pauses were necessary for growth, not mistakes to regret. Don't scroll, because self-compassion opens the door to honesty. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now, because they're becoming more attuned to your energy as well, sensing when you're grounded, when you're reflective, when you're simply living your life without expectation, and that autonomy has made them feel safer stepping forward without fear of disrupting your balance. Don't scroll, because balance invites equal footing. Listen to this. This message is for you, because the idea of making a move no longer feels like a dramatic turning point to them. It feels like a natural extension of everything that's already happened internally, and that reframing has removed pressure. Don't scroll, because natural steps don't require force. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now, because they've realized that love doesn't need to be loud to be real. It needs to be consistent, honest, and considerate, and those qualities have become their focus. Don't scroll, because focus directs energy. Listen to this. This message is for you, because they're aware that whatever unfolds next will be influenced not just by what they say, but by how they say it, and that awareness has encouraged them to approach gently, with curiosity rather than assumption. Don't scroll, because curiosity keeps connection open. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now, because they've reflected on how fear once led them to delay or avoid, and how different it feels now to act from clarity rather than hesitation, and that difference has dissolved much of the fear they once carried. Don't scroll, because clarity dissolves fear. Listen to this. This message is for you, because they've accepted that vulnerability doesn't require overexposure, it requires honesty paired with boundaries, and that understanding has made the idea of opening up feel safe rather than risky. Don't scroll, because safe vulnerability builds trust. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now, because their emotional world feels more integrated now, thoughts, feelings, and values aligned rather than competing, and that integration has created confidence. Don't scroll, because integration brings peace. Listen to this. This message is for you, because they've recognized that this connection doesn't distract them from their purpose, it complements it, and that compatibility has reassured them that what they feel isn't a detour, but an addition. Don't scroll, because healthy connection expands life. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now, because subtle encouragements have been appearing around them, conversations about courage, reminders about honesty, moments highlighting the value of speaking truth with kindness, and these moments feel timely rather than random. Don't scroll, because timing whispers before it acts. Listen to this. This message is for you, because they've become comfortable with the idea that clarity doesn't require everything to be known in advance, it can unfold through dialogue rather than declaration, and that comfort has reduced any remaining tension. Don't scroll, because dialogue invites understanding. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now, because they're aware that your response, whatever it may be, deserves to be met with respect and acceptance, not persuasion or pressure, and that awareness has grounded their intention even further. Don't scroll, because acceptance honors autonomy. Listen to this. This message is for you, because they've stopped seeing the unknown as something to fear and started seeing it as space for authenticity, and that shift has made the next step feel lighter. Don't scroll, because authenticity lightens the load. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now, because Part 6 is about commitment to truth without attachment to outcome, about confidence built on self-awareness rather than fantasy, about calm courage that arises when someone knows they can speak honestly and stand by their integrity no matter what follows, and that courage is now steady, present, and quietly preparing the way forward. Don't scroll, listen to this, because Part 7 is where everything that's been quietly aligning finally reaches a moment of undeniable truth, and your heart needs this right now. This message is for you in that calm, steady way that feels like the universe isn't shouting anymore because it doesn't have to, so stay with me and listen to this. What's unfolding now isn't sudden, it's earned, built from patience, reflection, growth, and the kind of courage that only arrives when fear has lost its grip. And don't scroll, because this is the point where internal certainty meets external expression. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now, because your soulmate has reached a place where holding everything inside feels heavier than the vulnerability of letting it be seen, not out of desperation, not out of fear of losing you, but because honesty has become a non-negotiable part of who they are now. And listen to this. That shift changes everything. Don't scroll, because silence served its purpose, reflection did its work, and now clarity has taken root deeply enough to stand on its own. Listen to this. Your soulmate is no longer questioning what they feel or why they feel it. They understand it, they respect it, and they're ready to honor it with actions that match intention. And your heart needs this right now, because alignment always leads to movement. Don't scroll, because movement doesn't always look loud. Listen to this. Their inner voice is calm now, not debating, not hesitating, just steady, like a quiet knowing saying, you know what matters, live accordingly. And that voice has replaced every fear-based story they once told themselves. Don't scroll, because calm certainty is the strongest form of courage. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now, because this moment isn't about dramatic gestures or overwhelming emotion, it's about presence, about showing up grounded and real, offering truth without expectation and allowing space for mutual response. Don't scroll, because mutuality is sacred. listen to this. Your soulmate has reflected on everything that led here, the pauses, the distance, the inner work, the moments of doubt that slowly transformed into trust, and they see now that none of it was wasted. Every phase refined them, softened them, prepared them to communicate from integrity rather than impulse, and your heart needs this right now because integrity changes how love is expressed. Don't scroll, because growth deserves to be honored. Listen to this. Your soulmate senses that you're ready in your own way too, not waiting, not chasing, but grounded, open, living your life with self-respect, and that awareness has made them feel safe stepping forward without fear of disrupting your balance. Don't scroll, because balance invites honesty. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now, because they understand that whatever unfolds next doesn't need to define everything immediately, it just needs to be real, and that realization has lifted the pressure they once felt to get it right. Don't scroll, because real moments don't require perfection. Listen to this. They've accepted that vulnerability doesn't guarantee outcome, but it does guarantee authenticity, and authenticity has become more important to them than certainty, and your heart needs this right now because authenticity builds trust even in uncertainty. Don't scroll, because trust outlasts fear. Listen to this. Your soulmate is no longer imagining what could go wrong, they're focused on how they want to show up, with respect, clarity, and openness, and that focus has simplified everything. Don't scroll, because simplicity brings peace. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now, because they've recognized that love isn't something to be proven or performed, it's something to be shared honestly and allowed to grow naturally, and that understanding has reshaped their expectations completely. Don't scroll, because expectations often limit what's meant to unfold. Listen to this. They feel ready to speak without rehearsing, to listen without defensiveness, to meet you where you are rather than where fear once placed them, and your heart needs this right now because meeting someone where they are is an act of deep respect. Don't scroll, because respect is love's foundation. Listen to this. Your soulmate's emotional world feels lighter now, not because feelings have faded, but because they're no longer carrying them alone. They're prepared to let truth exist outside of their own thoughts, and that readiness has changed the dynamic. Don't scroll, because shared truth reshapes connection. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now, because once honesty enters the space between two people, something always shifts, not necessarily dramatically, but authentically, and that shift is welcome now. Don't scroll, because authenticity always clears confusion. Listen to this. They've stopped waiting for a sign to act and started trusting the clarity they've already been given, understanding that guidance doesn't always announce itself loudly. Sometimes it settles quietly until you're ready to follow it, and your heart needs this right now because readiness feels steady. Don't scroll, because steadiness is alignment. Listen to this. Your soulmate is prepared for whatever response comes, not bracing for rejection, not clinging to hope, but grounded in the knowledge that speaking truth is an act of self-respect regardless of outcome. And your heart needs this right now because self-respect anchors vulnerability. Don't scroll, because without it, truth collapses. Listen to this. They've reflected on how this connection has encouraged them to grow emotionally, to become more patient, more reflective, more intentional, and they recognize that growth itself is a gift independent of what happens next. Don't scroll, because growth is never wasted. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now, because this moment doesn't erase the journey that came before it, it honors it, allowing everything you've both experienced to culminate in honesty rather than avoidance. Don't scroll, because honesty honors the past without being trapped by it. Listen to this. They feel gratitude now when they think about you, gratitude for the connection, for what it revealed, for how it shaped them, and that gratitude has softened their approach even more, and your heart needs